Big changes coming to WestJet Rewards, enter to win some data roaming credits, and Aeroplan's Family Sharing reopens for new accounts. All this and more on RWRDS Canada's This Week in Rewards for the week of February 28th, 2025. If you're looking to make the most of your loyalty programs and credit card rewards, you've come to the right place. This is your weekly dose of loyalty, travel, and credit card happenings in Canada from Canada's original points and miles resource, RWRDS Canada. A quick reminder that links to all of the topics covered in today's video can be found in the description below. I'm your host Patrick, and this week we're going to flip things around and do loyalty and travel news first, followed by the credit card news. And the reason for that is I'm sure you all just want to get right into the changes that are coming to WestJet Rewards. So yes, there's an all new WestJet Rewards program, as they're calling it. I mean, it's the same program, but they're calling it new. A lot of improvements being made to the program, and these are all going to launch on April 30th, 2025. So what's happening with the program? Well, there's lots, and all of it so far is good news. Now, I know last fall we brought you the details of the changes coming to the elite status part of the program, and for the most part it's mixed reviews on that. I think for the most actually are saying that kind of was a devaluation to the program on the elite status side. The changes that were announced this week that are launching on April 30th are for the program as a whole. And in general, like there's nothing negative about these changes at this point. Everything is an improvement, an enhancement to the program outside of the previously announced elite status programs. So what's happening to the WestJet program? So the first thing is they are getting rid of WestJet dollars and replacing them with WestJet points. Now, don't worry, because the WestJet dollars you have right now will not be lost. Those will convert over to points with the exact same value. So one WestJet dollar will equal 100 WestJet points as of April 30th, and the redemption rate for base fares towards WestJet flights has not changed either. So you're going to keep the same value. So 100 points will equal $1 towards base fares. There are several reasons why they've moved to points. The first being it makes it easier to partner with other companies, whether or not they're travel related or not, to earn and burn points with other partners. The point system tends to work better. So you'll learn later on in this video that they're partnering like with Skip and Telus, so that makes it easier. It should make it easier with airline partners as well, even though dollars worked. I mean, there's not a huge difference between them. And it just provides, more options for people to use those points. And one of those is beyond the base redemption rates, like base fare redemption rates, what they do for WestJet dollars, because as you'll learn as well, as I'm going to talk about here quickly, is on the redemption side, there's going to be some new values for points when you redeem the points for additional things beyond the base fares on the airlines. Now, I did say what my only concern about moving to points is, though, in the post, and I've said this on the news as well, because I've done a few media hits on this news, and that is that by moving to a point system, it opens the door for an easier devaluation to the program in the future. Because when you had the dollars, like WestJet dollars, a dollar is a dollar is a dollar, as I said in the post as well. You can't change that. So the redemption side of things, it was always a dollar. Now you could toy with the earn side of things, and that's where you could do the slight devaluations within the program. But when you move to a point system, it's not only the earn rate that can be toyed with, but also the redemption rate. So that's what I was saying, and I've seen a lot of people mention that too, that the point system just opens a door for that potentially in the future. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but it's inevitable. I mean, loyalty programs, frequent flyer programs mostly tend to devalue lots. Just this past week, we even saw Miles & More. They're going dynamic pricing on some of their airlines for like Lufthansa, Austrian, and Swiss. For the most part, that's probably going to be a devaluation as well. Aeroplan moving to dynamic pricing for some of their partner airlines, probably in some cases going to be devaluation. Air France, KLM earlier this year. It is inevitable, and it makes it easier for WestJet to do this in the future. Hopefully, it's not going to be too soon in the future, maybe 3, 4, 5 years down the road, who knows? We'll see. We'll come back to this, when that time comes. So that is the gist of moving from WestJet dollars to points. Now, here's the big changes, the things that most people are excited about, and that's earning points. You can now earn WestJet points on the majority of your airfare. So what does that mean? So right now in the program before April 30th, you can only earn WestJet dollars on the base fare. So other ATC surcharges, paying for your seats, paying for upgrades, things like that, none of that earned WestJet dollars. So as of April 30th, all of those will earn WestJet points, and they'll be earned at the rates that you earn for the base fare as well. So up to 8 points per dollar if you're a platinum member, so you can earn a lot on these extras as well, especially like those flights to Europe, like flights to London where maybe the base fare is $200 or less than $200 and you're paying $800 in fees. So now a good portion of those fees you're going to also earn on. So this is really good news in terms of that, in that you can earn more points on all your WestJet flights, whether it's base fare, seat selection fees, other ATC, you name it. As long as it's not collected on behalf of the government, you should be earning WestJet points on those. Speaking of the base earn rate for flights, the teal members, so if you're a base member in WestJet Rewards, your earn rate has been doubled for the base earn rate, because in the current program up till April 29th, it was earning 0.5% of WestJet dollars for whatever you spent on your WestJet flights. That is being bumped up to 1 point per dollar as of April 30th, which is the equivalent of 1%. So that's double the earn rates for teal. So that's actually really good. So what I was saying in a lot of my media hits is that these program changes are great for the everyday Canadians. And what I mean by everyday Canadians, it's not so much your frequent flyers, your frequent business travelers, people spending a lot on business for flights. It's for people who travel once a year, 3 times per year, you name it, things like that. WestJet is striving to be more of a leisure carrier than, a business carrier like Air Canada. Now they have, of course, business accounts. They want to attract more business travelers, but they don't have like the business class like Air Canada does. I mean, WestJet only has 7 planes that have true business class on them compared to many more with Air Canada. So these changes, WestJet is really targeting their bigger target market with the WestJet Rewards program. But speaking of that, they still have their elite status tiers for those people who are frequent flyers or business travelers, you name it, with the WestJet program. And just like earning points on all parts of those flights, except for taxes, the same thing's going to happen with your tier qualifying spend. You're going to earn that on everything as well, except for the taxes. So again, upgrades, surcharges like other ATC, your base fare, you name it, you are going to earn your TQS, they call it, the tier qualifying spend, on all of that. So in some ways this makes sense now why they bumped platinum up to 10,000. That was one of those devaluations I was talking about from the fall, where with the elite program they made some changes. It used to be $8,000 to qualify for platinum, now it's $10,000, but now you also earn a lot more, especially if you're traveling on the routes where there was a lot of surcharges and not as high as base fare. So earning more TQS, way more to make up for that little bit of bump in qualifying spend required to get to platinum. So that'll now bring us to credit card earnings. So the value of earning points on your credit cards doesn't change. So right now the WestJet World Elite Mastercard earns 1.5 and 2%. So that's going to move to 1.5 and 2 points per dollar spent. Exact same value there with the credit card. When it comes to earning WestJet points on partner airlines, that hasn't changed as well. You'll still earn your 1 to 8 points if you're purchasing the flight through WestJet, like it's marketed by WestJet, you buy it on the WestJet site. But if you're just adding your WestJet Rewards number to a ticket you buy directly, you say with Delta or Air France KLM, those rates will remain the same as well in the program, but instead of say earning $3 for a short haul Delta flight, you're going to earn 300 points because that's the same as $3, and so on and so forth. And in terms of other points earning, those will all remain the same in terms of value, like earning on WestJet vacations, car rentals, which you book through WestJet, those type of things. Those all remain the same. I have a points earning summary, which I put up on the screen here, and you can see all the various options for earning points from teal right through to platinum, and it tells you as well if it's TQS and then MQS, which is milestone qualifying spend, eligible as well. So now we'll get into redeeming points on WestJet flights. And this is another huge change. I think this is the one that's making most people happy. And that is you will be able to redeem your WestJet points for your entire airfare, including taxes. 100% of your airfare you can pay for. You can get your flights totally for free with WestJet if you like, with your WestJet points. So as of April 30th in this revamp, you can redeem your points at 100 points to $1 for the base fare. So that's exactly the same as today because it's one WestJet dollar to $1. All your WestJet dollars are converting to 100 points or your value for earning, you name it. So that stays the same. So now they're also going to give you the option to redeem points for those flight extras. So that's like the seat selection fees, baggage fees, other ATC, and then also government taxes and fees. Now this is where I was saying how there's some slight different values for points in the new program, and that comes from these additional extras that are being charged on the flights. So WestJet gave us an example that they're going to give you two options. You're going to be able to do, and this is for the extras. This isn't for the base fare. This is for extras. You can choose 50% points and 50% cash, or you can pay for all of your extras and taxes with 100% points. Now, the amount of points required will vary, but as I said, WestJet gave us an example, and this is a flight to London, UK, that if you were to choose the 50% points and 50% cash option, you're going to be charged approximately 110 points for every $1. So a little bit more points, so it's a little bit less value than the base fare redemptions. And then if you choose the 100% route, where you use all points for all your taxes and fees and surcharges, it's going to be approximately 105 points for every $1. So again, a little bit less value than the base fare redemption of 100 to 1, but not terrible. It's still very reasonable, especially for people who are going to be racking up tons of points. And you know, they've been sitting there. A lot of people, even myself, rack up WestJet dollars, but then when you're redeeming, because you can only redeem for the base fare up until April 29th, of course, you know, you sit on WestJet dollars if you are earning lots, especially if you have the credit card and things like that. So this is a really good way to, you know, for them to have their members eat up their points, and it's a good way to get your flights for less or even 100% for free if you like that. Now, on the redemption side, they're also changing the minimum redemption amount. Currently, you have to redeem a minimum of $15 per direction per person of WestJet dollars. So basically $30 round trip per person, and that's changing to just 2,500 points per booking, which is the equivalent of $25. So it doesn't matter if it's one-way round trip, doesn't matter if it's one person, 4 people. As long as you have 2,500 points, you'll be able to redeem those points towards your flight. And that's kind of, I should say this about the whole redemption thing. Yes, you can use points for, you know, your taxes, fees, and all that. And one thing I've noticed a lot of people haven't been mentioning, which I don't think I even mentioned in my post as well, or coverage of this, is that nothing has changed on the redemption in terms of, you know, the amount of points. Like I said, there's just a minimum redemption amount. You don't need to be hitting, you know, 10,000 points, 15,000 points. And I'm using this kind of to compare against Aeroplan. Yeah, Aeroplan has 4 different points levels, but you still have to reach at least one of those levels to be able to redeem. With WestJet, you just have that minimum amount of 2,500 points, and then you can redeem. So there's a lot more flexibility there in using your WestJet points, and then you can, of course, redeem even more points for the taxes and fees. Now, you can also make your companion vouchers 100% for free. So the companion voucher that you get for the WestJet RBC World Elite Mastercard or as your milestone awards, there are taxes and fees and surcharges on those, plus the ones from the credit cards have the copay amount that you have to pay for your companion voucher. You will be able to pay for those with your points as well. So your companion can fly 100% for free. You get the whatever discount the companion voucher is giving you. You can use the points towards the copay for the credit card vouchers, and then of course all the taxes, fees, surcharges from any voucher within the program. So this is great news too. So you can do that 100% for free. And then the next big news with the WestJet changes is being able to earn top tier, so platinum status with just credit card spend. So right now with WestJet, they have their status lift, which is on the WestJet RBC World Elite Mastercard. Every time you spend $15,000 in total on the card, you get $500 of TQS or tier qualifying spend added to your account. You can do that up to 3 times per year, so you'll get halfway to silver. They are changing that where you can earn up to 50 status lifts per year, because they're now going to give you 200 TQS or tier qualifying spend dollars for every $5,000 spent. So basically every 15,000 you're going to get 600 instead of 500, and you can spend your way all the way to platinum status, which is the 50 status lift level, because you have to spend $250,000 on your card to get platinum status. Now, there are some people who will do that because people use their cards for their businesses. There are people who are putting 5 and 6 figures on their credit card every month, so they can easily spend their way to platinum status. For the rest of us, maybe not so much, but it'll definitely help out getting more status lifts to get to that silver status, to get to the gold, or maybe you're flying enough to get gold and this will boost you to platinum. So many different ways. So of course you can do your mix of a credit card spend. Of course you're going to be earning more tier qualifying now on your flights and everything because more things qualify. So it's just overall good news in terms of reaching and earning elite status. I should quickly mention too that this is retroactive to January 1st, so spending on the WestJet cards from January 1st will be credited at the new status lift level of spending $5,000 to get 200 TQS. So if you've already hit some and you've gotten a status lift already, I'm sure they will make up the difference for you. And speaking of credit cards, and you can stack this, there will be a new WestJet credit card coming later this year. They will have a small business card. So this small business card, we don't have a lot of details yet, but what we do know is that the points earning and the status lift earning can be combined with the points earning and status lifts off consumer cards, because you can pool them all into one WestJet account. So if you have a personal card, consumer card, and you like to split your business spending, you can get the business card, and between the two of them, maybe you'll rack up even more status lifts and points for WestJet. We'll have more details on that card, of course, when it launches later this year. And since we've been talking about elite status a lot in the last couple minutes here, we might as well talk about the new milestone award choices that the program's going to be offering. This ties in with those first changes we talked about late last year, and this was the biggest bone of contention that people had, is that the milestone award choices, the levels you had to spend in the program, were made worse. Up until last year, you would get a milestone award choice with every $2,000 in spending after your first $4,000 of spending with WestJet, so qualifying spend, that's what I'm referring to here. And that, of course, is now changed to $2,000, $8,000, $12,000, $16,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and $50,000. It's capped. So in the old program, it wasn't capped. It would just be every $2,000 in spending, you can make a choice, and most people picked the companion voucher. They were racking up lots of companion vouchers, and a lot of people were actually earning more vouchers than they knew what to do with. So that's why even WestJet now has expanded the expiry on vouchers to 2 years so that people can use them up, because now they will be earning less. So it is that new spend levels, especially starting at $8,000, because $2,000 is kind of just a dangling of the carrot to give you an idea of what earning elite status could get you with the program, because you don't earn elite status at $2,000. But the $8,000 and above levels, you get the better milestone award choices, which include things like companion vouchers. I'll put the graphic up on the screen here. So like you can see at $8,000, you can choose from 20,000 points. You can do the WestJet wide companion voucher, 4-seat selections, or you can even pick 500 tier qualifying spend for the current year so that you can get to status faster. And then when you hit 12,000 in spending, there's bonus points again, another companion voucher, or you can do the 1-year gift of gold. So that's new, because at the end of last year with those changes, they had mentioned that they were getting rid of gift of gold. But the old gift of gold was only for one flight. So what they've done is reintroduced it, but they've changed it, because now when you give the gift of gold, it's good for 1 year. So whoever you give that to, they're going to have gold status for a whole year. So that's actually a pretty valuable milestone award. And that's the thing what WestJet said. They said they are going to try to more than make up for the difference in spending levels by giving better milestone award choices. Then you have things like at $20,000 of tier qualifying spend, where you get things like a transferable WestJet wide companion voucher. So it's another companion voucher, but you can transfer this to other people. So if you're sitting on a lot of those other companion vouchers, this one you can get and transfer. $40,000 spending, you get 40% off discount as a choice from business class fares, which is great, because that can be worth thousands of dollars if you're redeeming for flights to Rome, London, Seoul, Tokyo, you name it. And then if you can hit $50,000 in spending, there is a one-time option of getting WestJet's suite for a Blue Jays home game for the member and up to 17 friends. Now there's only one of these, so the first person to hit 50,000 will receive an email from WestJet asking them if they want it, and if they take it, that option is off the table for everybody else. So if you spend a lot with WestJet and you want that, you better get to 50,000 pretty quick. So those are some highlights of the milestone awards. And I ask for people to leave us comments below. You can leave comments below in the video here as well. What do you think? Do you think that some of those milestone award choices more to make up for the difference in spending required to achieve them? I think it's kind of 50-50. I think for some people, they will like the new award choices and they're happy to have the spread, especially on the lower levels, 8 to 12 to 16. Now that you're earning more qualifying spend on your tickets, that change may not be felt as bad as we all thought, back last fall. But then once you get to that 20 and higher, those are $10,000 spending spreads. That's quite a bit, even if you're earning more elite qualifying spend within the program. So I'd love to hear everybody's comments, what you guys think of the elite status part of the program as well. All right, so now that we've covered elite status, we'll go into additional earning options. So WestJet will be launching an online shopping portal. So this is just like the Aeroplan eStore, Air Miles shops, you name it. You'll be able to shop online and earn points for your online shopping through their affiliate partners. Places like Apple, Sephora, SportCheck, all the usual places. If you've done online shopping through Rakuten, Aeroplan eStore, I've already mentioned all of them. I don't know why I'm mentioning them again. But if you're a veteran in online shopping through these portals, this will be no different. You're going to earn WestJet points now for doing it as well. If you choose with them, there'll be bonus offers, of course, and there will also be a redemption side of the eStore where you can redeem for merchandise and gift cards. When it comes to redeeming for merchandise, you can do partial redemptions. Again, a minimum of 2,500 points up to a full redemption, and that'll cover taxes and fees. But if you're redeeming for gift cards, it's 100% redemption, which is required. So more options to use your points. I'm sure the values won't be as good as flights, maybe even the extra flight options, it won't be as good there. Because we see that with all the programs, like, if you're using Aeroplan points via the Aeroplan eStore, typically it's not as good as redeeming for flights. So just something to be aware of. But again, it's great to have more earning options for the points, and it's always great to have more redemption options as well, because not everybody redeems for flights. Some people just earn points here or there, and it just makes more sense for them to redeem for merchandise or gift cards. The last thing we'll cover is new earning and redeeming partners. I mentioned this way at the early part of this video, and that is earning with Skip and TELUS, and they're going to add even more partners beyond this. But coming later this year, you'll be able to earn points with TELUS and Skip, and also redeem your WestJet points with TELUS and Skip. They said there's going to be transfer options as well, so probably your TELUS rewards points you'll be able to transfer over to WestJet. Same with your Skip rewards, you may be able to transfer to WestJet or vice versa. We don't know all the details yet, we just know it's happening, and that is kind of why they switched even to points, because it just makes these additional options that much easier. And that is it for the WestJet changes. Like I said, these are enhancements and improvements right now. Everything is better in the program for the everyday users of the program. We've already discussed the kind of devaluation to the elite status program before, so I'm not including that in this part of enhancements, improvements. But for the everyday Canadian, the leisure travelers, the program has become better right now. All right, so I think that went a lot longer than I planned, so I'm going to try and zoom through everything else in the video. So next up, we have the Rewards Canada exclusive that I told you about in last week's video, and that is a contest, a giveaway with GigSky. So Rewards Canada has teamed up with GigSky to give away 4 $100 data roaming credits, and that's $100 US, so what is that, about 140 Canadian dollars of credits that you can use for data roaming outside of Canada and even on cruises. So GigSky, if you're not familiar, they garnered some attention late last year here in Canada because they are now partnered with Visa, and if you have a Visa Infinite card or Visa Infinite Privilege card, you get benefits with GigSky. You get like 1 gigabyte for free of data roaming if you have Visa Infinite, or you get 2 1 gigabyte options with having a Visa Infinite Privilege, and then all other Visa cards also get discounts as well. They're a global data provider, so this is your getting an eSIM that you can get, so you don't have to pay huge data roaming charges with like Rogers and TELUS and Bell. And the interesting thing with GigSky is they also offer their service on cruises. They are the only eSIM provider to do so. So we have 4 US $100 credits to give away with GigSky. To enter the contest, simply click on the link below in the description to take you to the contest page. Complete the form, basically your name, email address, tell us which region of the world you would most likely use your credit in, and subscribe to the Rewards Canada newsletter, and that will get you an entry into the contest. This runs until March 7th, 2025. Next up in loyalty and travel news, Air Canada Aeroplan's Family Sharing has reopened to new applications. Yes, so 18 months after the Aeroplan Family Sharing, or as some people call it family pooling, shut down for new applications due to too much fraud and abuse in the system, Air Canada's got everything working again. They have checks in place and they have opened it up again. So now if you've never created a family pooling or family sharing account, you can go ahead and do so. But those additional checks include every member has to be a verified member, so that means setting up your 2-factor authentication, things like that. So once you become a verified member, you can join a family pool, but there may be additional verification checks as well. They want to make sure that there's these people who, abused the system roughly, 18 months, 24 months ago. Actually, they probably started abusing it right when family pooling started, and then Air Canada shut it down. So once all those checks are done and you have your family pool set up, you can have up to 8 verified family members in your pool. All the points earned are shared between everybody. So all your existing balances get pooled, they're into the shared pool. Members, whether all or just some of them have redemption privileges, can redeem from that shared balance for rewards. And a primary Aeroplan credit card holder who's in the family pool will mean that all members get to enjoy the preferred pricing when you redeem points for Air Canada flights. So this is great news for new Aeroplan members, new families, for those who missed out on creating pools before they shut it down. Again, you can check out the link in the description below. It'll give you some more details. And the last thing we're going to talk about in loyalty and travel rewards is a Star Alliance status match opportunity. So this is for those of you who may not have elite status with Air Canada or other Star Alliance airlines, but do have status with British Airways Club or Iberia Plus. If you're an elite member in one of those programs, you can match to Lufthansa's Miles and More program. So Canadians who have elite status in either of those programs can take part in this match, and it doesn't require any flights. This is one offered by Loyalty Status Co. We've talked about them in our videos and on the website for quite a while. They're a partner of ours. They sponsored our contest last year. And with this one, all you have to do is pay a €99 application fee. And if your status match is approved, you will gain full Miles and More status until February 28th, 2026. So even though Miles and More is in the process of moving to dynamic pricing and more than likely devaluing their program for Lufthansa, Austrian, and Swiss, this is still a good opportunity to get yourself Star Alliance status, primarily if you match the Senator, which is Star Alliance Gold, because that's going to give you some benefits for flying on Air Canada within Canada or Air Canada Worldwide, or of course other Star Alliance partners like United Airlines. And that's it for loyalty and travel news. Before we continue on to credit cards, if you liked today's video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you don't do so, hit that notification bell to be notified when we post new videos, share the video with friends, family, coworkers, enemies, you name it, anybody who you think could benefit from the topics we cover, and leave us a comment in the comments below, whether it's a question, clarification, correction, because I make mistakes as well, or if you just want to say hi. We love the comments that you guys all leave for us. All right, so that brings us to credit cards. And like I said, I'm going to try and zoom through things. There wasn't a lot this week for credit cards. In fact, the only thing was us opening up the RC Arena, or the Rewards Canada Arena, for the latest clash of the credit cards. It's been quite some time since we've had a clash. This time we had the BMO CashBack World Elite Mastercard stepping into the ring to take on the Neo World Elite Mastercard and battle it out across 6 rounds. From welcome bonuses to earn rates to insurance coverage and more, they go head to head. And the fight was close between these two cards that offer 5% cash back on groceries. But who wins the fight? You'll have to click the link in the description below to find out. So that's it for credit cards this week. Next week, we're going to have more. There's going to be a new credit card launching, some new credit card bonuses coming out as well. So stay tuned for next week's video where we cover all that. And we'll round out this video with the bonus blast. This is where we take a quick look at some of the bonus points and miles offers that we posted to the Rewards Canada website over the past week. And we'll start this week off with Air Canada Aeroplan, who have a new buy points bonus. So most members are being targeted with an 80% bonus when you buy points. Some people are getting 85%, so lucky you, it's a little bit more. So when you buy points by March 13th, 2025, you can get this bonus. So if you're somebody who gets the 80%, you'll be buying each point for roughly 1.94 cents each Canadian, but then you have to add GST, HST, so that runs from about 2.04 to 2.23 cents per point, including all taxes and fees. That's better than the last buy points offer they had, but still falls short of like the 100% or even higher bonuses they've had. So unless you have an immediate redemption where you know you can get more value than, I would say, that 2.23 cents. So if you can get 2.25 cents of value, then yeah, then go ahead and buy the points, because you're going to discount your travels by doing so. But if not, do not buy these points speculatively. Wait for the next big bonus where there's 90% or 100%. You'll probably do better. But even with those bonuses, you shouldn't be buying them unless you have an immediate or very close in redemption, I'd say like in the next 3 months that you're planning, where you can use those points and you know you're going to get more value than what you're paying for them. The next bonus isn't a points or miles offer, but I thought this one's worthy of talking about. This is from Qatar Airways Privilege Club. So right now, if you're planning to buy a flight with Qatar Airways out of Montreal or Toronto for business class or first class, check out this offer. Because right now, if you use the promo code LEVELUP and fly with them during the month of March, you're going to get a 1-tier upgrade in the elite status. So if you're a Burgundy member, you're going to be bumped up to silver. Silver gets bumped to gold. Gold gets bumped to platinum. Or if you're Platinum, you're going to get a 1-year extension to your Platinum Elite status. So this is actually a really decent promotion if you're going to fly business or first class with Qatar Airways. I mean, it's only business out of Canada, but there are other cities where this can be achieved as well. And I should note this requires round trip bookings, not one way, and flights must be booked by March 25th for travel until March 31st. The next bonus is a bonus, and this is another flight one. This is for American AAdvantage. So they are offering 500 bonus loyalty points, so that's their elite status points, for every flight flown with American Airlines during the month of March as well, just like Qatar Airways. But these are bonus points for status. This can be earned on up to 10 segments. So that can be like 5 round trips, or if you book a flight with lots of legs, you can earn 500 for every leg. So you can earn a maximum of 5,000 bonus loyalty points with this offer. You do have to register for this offer. Simply go into your American AAdvantage account, find the offer, register for it, and it's good for travel from March 1st through to 31st, 2025. And the last bonus we'll look at is the next system-wide bonus offer from Wyndham Rewards. So they are once again offering 7,500 bonus Wyndham Rewards points when you stay 2 or more nights at participating hotels in Canada and worldwide outside of China, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. All you have to do is register and book by May 9th and have your stays completed by June 16th to earn these bonuses. And that's all she wrote for this week. Be sure to check out rewardscanada.ca on a daily basis if you can, and our social media on a daily basis, because there are things we do not cover in this video. There are things not even covered in our newsletter because they are short term. Like this past week, we had quite a few flash offers from Air Miles. There's our weekly shopping bonuses, things like that. But if you can't check out the site on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to our newsletter at the very least, because you'll get a summary of everything we do cover on every Friday's newsletter. And Saturdays is our bonus bulletin, where we have every bonus points miles offer we added to the website over the past week. That is your ticket to earning more miles, more points, and more rewards. Thank you everybody for tuning in this week. Have yourselves a great weekend. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.